And we are live and recording. Perfect. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, from wherever you are seeing this thing. My name is Victor. I'm from Mexico City, and I will let the teacher to present herself from Paris, right?
Yes, in Paris. Hello, everyone. I'm Agathe. I'm a full-time teacher in Ironhack in Paris.
Amazing, amazing. Well, before starting, we will give a couple of minutes for more people to come in. We don't want anyone to lose any of this information. So this webinar will be amazing. So we don't want anyone to get lost. So we'll wait for people to connect. Meanwhile, I left a poll down here where you can answer about your profile. So are you a UX UI designer? You can answer like, no, you are new in design world, or you are a designer but you want to learn UX, or you are UX UI designer and you want to learn Figma. So let us know about your profile. And also write in the chat, where are you from? Where are you watching this from? We usually have a lot of people from Spain, a lot of people from Berlin, a lot of people from Latin America. So we have audience from all around the world. So while we wait for more people to come in, just let us know where you watching this from. San Diego, Portugal, amazing. Portugal, Barcelona, Lisbon, Croatia, Paris, Miami, France, amazing. So we have people from all around the world. That's great. That's great. So here's Nicole that is from Rotterdam, but she's she's in Rotterdam, but she's from South Africa, or vice versa. I don't know. I didn't get it. From Hong Kong, from Serbia, Argentina, Lithuania. Well, so we have people from many countries. That's great. So that means that we are a big community. So, well, first of all, thanks to every single one of you for being part of this community, for connecting from wherever you are, from any time it is for you. I promise you this will be an amazing webinar, especially because we have an amazing and a rock star teacher today with us. People from Israel, from Germany. That's great. That's great. I love to get to know people from many parts of the world. So I will take a look on the poll. Right now we have mostly people who are new in the design world. So that's great because you will be learning a lot today. You will learn about design basics and this amazing tool that is Figma. Also, I want to recommend you that down here you have an ask a question button. In there you can start pushing your questions and we will answer the ones there. For us, it's way easier to look at your questions there, so we don't get lost in the chat. And the question we have right now is, at what time does the webinar end? This will be around 2 hours long, right, Agat?
Yes, but yeah, I think if you're in a hurry and you want to leave early, after 1 hour you will have the basics, and we will go into more advanced features in the second hour.
Perfect. Also, there's another question, and it's also related to the last one. Any chance this will be recorded and we can access it later? The answer is yes, definitely. This will be fully recorded. You will find the recording available, the whole recording, up here. In the exact same link we are in now, you will be able to find the recording. Also, go into the Ironhack Crowdcast channel. In there, you will find this webinar recorded and all the other past webinars in Spanish, in Portuguese, in English. So you will be able to find all the webinars from web development, data analytics, and of course UX UI. So you will find everything recorded. Remember this exact same link or in the Ironhack Broadcast channel. Okay, perfect. So we have 400 people connected. That's great. So I think we're ready to go. We're ready to go. We have enough people. Enough people to begin. But first, I wanna talk a little about a little about Ironhack. What are we? Maybe just let me know in the comments if you know Ironhack. Maybe if you have already taken a bootcamp with us in any country. If yes, write in the comments. If you have taken a bootcamp, which bootcamp and where did you take it? But Ironhack, we are basically a global tech school. We have 9 campuses all around the world. It's Mexico City, Miami, Sao Paulo, Barcelona, Madrid, Berlin, Lisbon, Paris, and Amsterdam. Amsterdam, right? And we're also launching the remote bootcamp. So we're getting remote bootcamps for it doesn't matter where you are, you can access to the Ironhack experience. So I see we have people from UX in Miami, someone who took the UX, UI, web, and web dev in Madrid and Berlin. So great, we have Iron Hackers, former Iron Hackers. That's amazing. So maybe we can. There's a former alumni from you, Agat, in here.
Yeah.
We have lots of people from Paris bootcamp. Uh, we have 3 main bootcamps. We have 3 main bootcamps: is web development, UX, UI, and data analytics. And there's 2 ways to take these bootcamps. Um, you can take it in full time. That is like the whole Ironhack experience. It's 9 weeks long. It's super intensive. It's super hard, but it's worth it. If you can take those 9 weeks off everything and just focus on your bootcamp, that will be amazing. But if you are still like studying or working, you don't want to leave your work, there's the part-time option where you can take the bootcamp, but in the afternoons. So it's 2 days a week in the afternoons and Saturdays. So it's for people who's still working. So that's basically it about Ironhack. If you want to learn more, go into ironhack.com and there you can find all the information about us. So Agat, these 400 people is all yours. They are all yours. So teach them right.
I hope so. I will be a good
Thanks.
teacher. Okay. Ready when you are.
If you want to start screen sharing,
Yeah. Okay. Can you see my screen? Is it good for everyone? Can you write it on the chat, please? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So, hello everyone. I will present myself again for those who just come. So I'm Agathe. I'm an awarded designer, and I'm a teacher in the Paris Bootcamp. So I'm a complete UX UI designer. I do both, but I'm more specialized in UI. So I will teach you how to use Figma today. So so I saw in the plot that some of you just want like to know UX design, but you want to learn Figma. So if some of you are using another tool like Sketch or like Axure, who you have an echo? Sorry, I don't have it. Um, I have no idea. Still have one? Ah, okay. Okay, well, okay, well, I will continue like that. And if you have an echo, just try to go out and go back in the room. Okay, so if you are using another tool like Sketch, like Axure, like everything else, can you please write it on the chat? Axure, Adobe XD, Sketch, XD InVision, Adobe XD, Adobe XD, Adobe XD, Sketch, Sketch, Sketch XD. Okay, so if you know how to use Adobe XD or if XD, yeah, I'm French, so I pronounce everything with a very strange French accent. So it's XD for me, but XD for you. And Sketch, you will not be lost because Figma is quite the same tool, but we will see what are the most important points. PowerPoint. This is like a fun way to do design. Actually, like as a designer, we don't use PowerPoint normally because like this is like too mainstream for us, and we are we are better than that. But for my part, I like PowerPoint a lot. So it could be like a PowerPoint or Keynote can be like very good tools to begin with design. So yeah, great. Okay, so let me introduce you Figma. So Figma is a tool that helps you to create design, especially UX and UI design. It's a tool that is a SaaS. It means that it's a service, a software as a service. It means that you can use it directly online to build your design, and you will keep them in a cloud. So you can do lots of things with Figma. You can do wireframes, you can do prototypes, and you can go through very good results. There is a lot of things we will go through. Text, color, layout, grids, a lot of concepts that we will go through together. And today, the objective of the day is to build this page. So this page is the Ironhack homepage. Well, I have it in French, but you can have it in English. Here. And we will go through like 2 hours workshop on Figma to discover Figma and to both beginning with Figma and also begin with UX design and main concept of designing an interface. So, are you ready? Of course, I can see you. Ready to go through? I'm waiting for you. Okay, yes, thanks, Michelle. Okay, so now what I will ask you is to download Figma or create an account. Well, if you don't want to download, you can just use it online, but you have to create an account, and normally you will, after register, go on this, like on a page that is normally empty like that, like a new draft, an untitled draft. So this is your mission now. You're writing in French, it's so cute. Okay, so you have to download Figma. So I can ask you, or not download it, but like register on it. Here you have the link. Alors, if you don't want to install it, you can use it online. For example, this is my Pro Figma account. So I'm using it for my Pro designer life without without Ironhack. And I have my Ironhack Figma account that I use online. So I have two accounts. This is the account from my Ironhackers, my student. And this is mine. Well, I can go in the main screen. Okay. This is my project. This is, yeah. So you can use it online. For example, here I'm completely online. I don't have it on my desktop, but here it's here in my desktop. So you just have to register normally here and create an account. Is it good? So yes, Bruno, I agree with you. The limitation from use it online is you can't use the font you have in your computer. You can use only fonts that are already in Google Fonts. Okay, perfect. If you have problem with Figma, just write it. I will try to help you. Normally, Figma works on both Mac and Microsoft. So yeah, feel free to use the computer you prefer. And let's go back here. So normally in Figma, you have this kind of interface. So here you have your account. You can go through mine. Okay, this is my account. And after you have your files. So you have the drafts. That means this is like project you are working on, but they are not in a specific project environment. Here you have the plugin. We won't see this part today because it's a bit too advanced feature. We will begin with the basics. And here you have the recent files, just the one you just designed. And here you can create like projects. So a project is a space. So here it's my workspace. My workspace is it's Wolfox, so it's my pro name. And here you have the project Hublot. And in the Hublot project, I have several Figma files. And this is the one I share it with. I share these files with. But here I just want you to create a draft. So you just have to put a new file here on clicking on this cross. And you will have that. So this is an empty Figma project. Yes, Sendip, you can create a mobile prototype. We won't do it today because we will do a desktop one, but you can obviously do a mobile one. So do some of you have a problem with registering Figma and anything? Yes, Frank, I can repeat. So the repeat is sign in, then create a draft. Normally you have nothing else to do. Okay, perfect. So let's begin. So here is the Figma interface. So the interface in Figma is in several parts. So the first part is here. It's the black bar here. So here it's several projects I have open. So here it's my new project. We will name it just after. Here, for example, I have a client project. Okay, so this is my client project. Here it's the client project prototype. Sorry, yeah. So this is the project, but prototyping. So I can go, okay, I can restart it because, okay. Then yeah, sign in. And here I have the prototype. And everything. So this is the project I'm building, and with the play button here, it means it's a prototype. But here we will just have a project. So this is the main bar. There's the first one, the black one. The black one is all the projects you have open. It's exactly like Google Chrome when you have several tabs open. Here, you have a second gray bar. So this top bar has several options. Here, it's the settings, but we won't have to use it today. Here, you have a type of selector. We will stay with this one for now, but you can see that there is a scale button here, but we won't use it today. So we will, please stay on this arrow. Here, we have the frame button. So we will discover what is the frame button just after, okay? So I don't want to spoil you for now. Here, you have the rectangles tools, and you have all the other shape tools. So you can do rectangles, line, arrow, ellipse, polygon, stars, and everything. Here, you have the pen. It's to draw things, but we won't use it today because we will do... actually, we don't have... Normally, as a UI designer, you don't have to draw a lot. You must have to organize shape better than designing shape. So yeah, we won't use it today. We will use mostly the shape one. After text, and tool, and comments. Because in Figma, I can put comments. We will discover comment features at the end of the course. Here, you have the files. So this is the name of the files, and this is the name of this project. So this project we will be like the testing Figma. Let's say Ironhack homepage. So here it is the name of my file. Sorry, Ironhack homepage. Here is my account, the share button to share it with someone I like or I don't like, or a client or someone. For example, like I invite a friend, and I can choose if I want him to edit the files or just view it. Actually, I like this guy, but I don't want you to do anything with my design. And after, I can change here again to give him the right to the option to edit. And like a Google Drive, like you can invite, you can just send the link. So you have to copy the link here. It's copying my clipboard. Send the link to anyone by email or text or anything. Here's the prototype button. We don't have a prototype, so they will say, hey, you don't have a prototype. And here it's the zoom option. So you can go, for example, to 200%, 200%. I don't know where I am now. Okay. So here, I'm in 382%. And you can see if I dezoom, I have the percent here. Okay, so this is the gray bar. After, you have three parts in the main area of the screen. The first one are the layer and the assets. So you have two tabs here. The layer, if you are using Adobe XD, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, or everything, normally you know what a layer is. A layer is could be like anything, like a shape, image, and everything. The one here is the one that is under this one, and this one. So this one is in the back, and I can put one in the front, that I will show you after. Here, it's the design area, so I will design my design and my home page and everything here. And here I have some option. So if I click here, I have this part change. If I click here, this part change. If I do that, this part change and everything. This is the option of what is selected in the screen. Okay, so this is for the design. Here you have prototype. So the prototype is to do that. Right? It's to do like thing I have to click to go through another page and everything. Oh. Cool. And here you have the code option. So this is to add developers to implement your design in real life. Okay. Is it? Do you have question for now, or can we begin to design the Ironhack page? Start. Let's begin. Okay. So, okay. So let's begin with the real design part. Okay, so let's do that. We will begin by analyzing the different parts of the design. So if I see of the Ironhack page, I can see that there is like a construction. We will analyze the different parts of the design. So here you have the main content. So here is my content, and here I have margin. This margin here, this margin, are empty. There is like some background elements, but there is no information in it. So this is like the main content, and this main content is divided into several grids. So here you say, how does she know that this is a 12 grid 12 grid design? So let's analyze a bit more. So here, the design, if you see this area here, the green one, you can see that everything here is centered. So this part is centered. And here you have elements that are like they are normally okay. They begin here and end here, but like they have several space. This one is smaller than this one, for example. Here you have 4 blocks. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Each text centered in one block. Here you have a section, the green section, that is divided into 2 parts. One part is the images. The second one is this text. Here, 3 texts divided on 4 column grid. 4 column, 4 column, and 4 column. Here 1, here 2 columns, this one and this one, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, this was just to help you to analyze a bit what we will do. And okay, let's hide it. So yes, to hide the layer on Figma, you just have to click on the eye. So here you can see it. The eye is closed. Here the eye is open. You can see it on your design. Okay, let's go. So to begin in Figma, you have to create a frame. So this is this button. You can click here or you can tap F. F is frame. It's the keyboard shortcut. And a frame, to do a frame, you can just like decide the size of the frame, or you can go here and choose one. For example, this is a MacBook Pro frame. So here it's the MacBook size. Of course, you can make it longer to have scores. So I will ask you to, this is not a MacBook Pro, this is like a MacBook, no, normally. Yeah. No. This is nothing. This is like between a MacBook and a MacBook Pro. Very useful. Okay, so just do like a MacBook normal size. This will not have impacts on your design because here you will have less or more margin. So choose between MacBook or MacBook Pro. We don't care. Okay, and then you can rename the frame by clicking here on the name, or here, double click to change the name. Here it's gonna be homepage. So here is my homepage. After, I will have to design some elements. So just to help me, let me just. Okay, so just to explain, we will design these elements. The first one, the first yellow one. Here, we will have to draw a rectangle. So let's draw a rectangle. Up, a rectangle. Let's zoom in and zoom out if you want to go to change the size of an element to make it more to get a frame, you have to put F, just F, on your keyboard. So what is the difference between a frame and a group? A frame is like a pages. It could be like a group of elements, but most of the time it's like something that is unique. We will use one after. We will use several frames, so I think you will understand. So here I have a rectangle. So rectangle is air. Just like to click here. Now you can click here. So do your rectangles. And this is alert. I want it to be yellow, so I will click here on the square here to change the color. You find the yellow. If you want to be like the perfect yellow, you can also click here and select a color somewhere. So here you will see the color. So here it's yellow. I can choose any color of my screen. This yellow. So this is a number for the yellow. So here you can type directly a color. Or you can choose one here, or you can use these tools. I don't know the name in English. This. Okay. And after, here, I have a text. So text is T. T. You just have to click T. Or you can click here. You will have to click somewhere and type a text. And here, you can put it here. Here you have some option. Here is the color of the text. I can choose another one. I will keep it black. The font, I will use don't know, one that I have. I don't know, this one, for example, and you change here. Here I have this. Okay, this one is not a good one. Let's go back to Roboto. Here it's if you want to put it in bold, or black, boom, or italic. Normal. We'll go back to regular. The size, boom. Let line height and letter spacing automatic. Here the alignment, the text alignment, and here is the vertical alignment of the text. So top, middle, and bottom. Here you have more options. It depends of what are the fonts. So for example, my font is Roboto, so you have many settings. For example, if I want to underline it, if I want to strike through it, if I want to make it uppercase, if I want to whatever. But I will let it automatic because it's just like, it's not a very important part of the design. So I will just let it like that. But in the Ironhack pages, we can see that there is two different parts. There is like the message with one part that is bold. So let's do it. Let's put it in bold. So this is the text. And after I have this, a little arrow here. There are several ways to do the arrow. You can draw it. So let's draw it. So let's draw an arrow. So you have just to click to design it. You can, when you design, so here, you have to click. Then here, you can see that Figma helps you to keep the line straight. So let's click here. And after, if you want to do like this part of the arrow, you can select match. I will call it in English. The cap button here, and it will go 45 degrees. 45 degrees. So this is one way. You can design it with your own, with the design tool, or you can choose an arrow somewhere. For example, on websites like flat icon. And you can also go to none project. This is like where to find a lot of icons. Shift. And here you have the first part of your Figma design. Well, okay, it's a very small part, but it's a beginning. So, here, you will have a link with all the assets we will use for all the other parts of the design. So you can download all the images and everything to help you to design the homepage. I'll let you design it, and I will just do the arrow again. Okay, I will do the arrow again. So the arrow, you have to choose the pen here. Click somewhere without, you choose the side, without touching anything else than your trackpad, and click somewhere else. After, you have to go with shift 45 degrees. So you choose where you want to stop here. You click here again on this point, and you do the same on the other way with the shift button locked. And here you have an arrow. So click somewhere, shift, and I click somewhere. I click back here, and with shift, I click back somewhere. And I have an arrow, and 2 arrows. Lot of arrows. Is it good, Albert, for the arrow? Okay, let's continue. So we won't do all the parts of the design, but we will focus on like 2 main ones. So the first main one will be this one, and the second one will be this one. So actually, we will do more. We will do more something like this. But I wanted to show you everything. But here it's our objective today. So we will begin by designing the menu here. So the menu is 1 logo, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 4 pages, 1 button, and 1 language button, but we won't do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pages and 1 button. So let's do that. So first one, the logo here. The logo, you can download it with the assets. So in the Google Drive, I gave you the link here. I gave you the link. You can find the logo. So the Ironhack logo. So let's go here. And you have all the assets here. And you have the logo. The Ironhack logo. So you have to drag and drop here, the logo somewhere. Normally, the size is quite good. Okay, it's a bit too big. So what I have to do is to click here, and with the shift button, I will keep the ratio to 36:36. I can also click here and put 36:36. So this is the weight, this is the height. This is like quite useful to use the math to choose a size of something. So here you have a button to constrain proportion. So here, for example, if I put 50, it will let 50 here because it keeps the ratio. And okay, let's do, for example, okay. So this is too big, and I want to divide it 72. I want to divide it by 2, so I can do math. For example, I can divide it by 2, or I can do plus 10, or I can do multiple 4. You can do math directly in this part of Figma. But let's go back to 36. Is it good? Can I use here? I didn't put it in the middle actually. I just put it somewhere. To put the arrow in the middle, so I will choose to select both the text and the arrow. So they are both selected here. I will group them. So I can do group selection or option G. And name the group yellow top bar message. And I will select this group with the yellow area, and I will click here to align horizontally, and here to align vertically. And I will group them again. Group selection, set yellow alert message. Yeah. So to align elements, you have to click here. Align left, align center, align right, top, middle, bottom. Maria, if can you I don't know how to answer the question if I can see your screen. Normally, here you have the layer, and here you have the asset tab. Maybe you are in the asset part, so you have to click here on layers. So I hope it will fix. For me, Michelle, I don't know. There is like I don't know how to answer, but I know where I can find the answer. It's design tool. Design tools like that. Or UX tool. Oh yes, it's this one. Here you can compare who is using Figma and what are the most important like features and everything. And for example, in 2019, who is using what for what site, what kind of thing. For example, to doing user flow, people are using Sketch or none, doing on paper, for example. And Figma is here. And wireframing, Figma is better than the other and everything. So you can like maybe find the answer. Where are you? Here. You can find the answer. Oh yeah, thanks, Michel. Figma is free when you don't have number of projects. I think it's 2 projects or maybe 4 projects. But after, it's not very. You have like a personal plan that is not very, very expensive. Running design theory and color and numbers. Oh la la, this is a very complicated question to write. You can use, you can play games. Like, okay, I will answer at the end, this one. I will send you like a lot of links. But there's like a lot of games you can do online. The pen, Henrietta. Pen or P. Grouping option. So you select this. You select two things, for example, this and this. So to select both, you can do that. Like on PowerPoint, you can drag a rectangle and select everything. And here, you will have the details of what is selected. So this in the screen capture. So I will lock it. So up. Next time, Figma will not select it again. And here you have these 3 elements that are selected. The alert message, this is the yellow bar. The yellow top bar message, this is this one. and both are group. So to do a group, you click right and go to group selection, or you can use your keypad as a Command G. And to ungroup is Shift Command G. Okay, let's go back. So here it's my logo. To put the logo, so you know that the logo is 36. But you don't know here, because you don't have the screen capture, so you don't know where to put it. So here, I want you to put it at X 140 and Y 170. Here, normally, when you select the Ironhack logo, you should have this size. So position 140 on X, 70 on Y. Weight 36 and high 36, and 0 on rotation and round corner. And here you have the Ironhack logo. Actually, you can put it where you want, but it's just to know how to use this. So here, I can drag to move. So I keep it click. I can move. So to change, but I will choose one profile. And here, of course, I can do the same. And I can also do mass here. For example, I can do multiple by 2. Or I can divide by 3. Is it good for you? You can set your new page over the screenshot on the Iron page. Yes, at the end I will delete the screenshots. How can I see the grid? You don't have the grid. I did it for me, just to explain how the page is constructed. But I did it myself, so you don't have it. But what I can do is give you my Ironhack project at the end, so you can compare with yours. I will give you my Figma files, okay? At the end of the... For now, there is nothing on it, so it's not very useful for you. But at the end, to compare, it helps. How to divide math. With French accent. For me, it's can use math. Mathematics. Okay, let's continue the menu because we will. I want to try to do that actually because I have several things to show you. Okay. Okay, so let's click T on your keyboard and click somewhere here, for example, and you have to write course. Okay, course. So here you can see on the here that the text is white and a little like smaller than what I use. So I will use Roboto 11, and here I will choose white. So I just have to click here or click somewhere and drag on the white part of the color screen. Or I can also click here and say white. Normally it works. Oh, no, it doesn't work. Okay, it works for black, normally. No, why? Okay, so F, it's white. So here, I will do, okay, this is like a, open your here. You click, and after you click to option to duplicate your content. So here, I have a duplicated content. And I will write campus. So I click, I drag, and I click option, and it duplicates my content. And pourquoi Ironhack? Oh. And click and option. Here, option. And entreprise. So normally you have 4 texts. Just to see something. Okay, so you have course. Okay, you have course, campus, pourquoi Ironhack, and entreprise. So it's drag plus option button égale duplicate. We won't do the flags too much time because I want to show you how to do a button. This is like an important part. So to do a button, we will use R or the rectangles tool. So we will drag a rectangles. Okay, this is a rectangle. We will, sorry, I will just do, this is like just for you to see what I am doing. Because I'm using like a white background with white text, so you can see something. Okay, perfect. So here I have just a rectangles. So I just R and I draw a rectangles. Okay, nothing special. And we will see several options. So here, when you have your mouse over the element, you have this kind of button that are in the corner. This is a radius. So here, if I drag, I can make it round or make it square. Round, square, round, square, round, square. I can also change the value here, for example, 10. And I will have 10 radius corner here. I want you to put an 8. After, there is no fill in the button, the no fill. So I will click here on minus to delete the fill. My rectangle is here, but it is transparent. So I will click stroke plus to add a stroke. And I will choose a stroke to be F, so white, with 1 of stroke size. I can put 10, it will do like big size, and that we will stay with 1. Here I can choose if I want it inside the rectangles, outside of the rectangles, it's here. I have the rectangles, it's a blue line. Let's go. This is my blue line, and I want it to be outside, inside, or centered on it. Here I want it to be inside. So please do like rectangles without fill, but with a stroke that is FFFFFF, 100%, one size inside, with 8 of radius corner register. Is it good? So 8 corner radius plus no fill plus 1 stroke white. And I want you. Uh-oh. This is my alert message. I want you to. Okay, I want you to select a text and drag and drop it with option into the button. And I don't know what the message is. It's postuler maintenant. Okay. So here I want you to write postuler maintenant. Postulate now. And you can see that Figma gives you help to find the center of the button. So I want you to do exactly that. Here, my text is centered into the vertical and the horizontal alignment in the button. Okay, can you see the red lines that helps you to find the middle? So after you select the text and the stroke, so with Shift, you can select both. And I want you to group them to call it button. And to finish, I want you to select the button, all the text, the button, the text and everything, and click here to align the elements. Align vertical centers. And to make them right, I want you to select this 4 text here, and click here to say tidy up. Tidy up. Figma will organize the text with the same space between each one. And here, you have a menu. You can select all the elements, group them, and call them menu. After, you have to put the menu somewhere in the middle. So with the red line, I can find the middle of my pages. And here, I have a menu. You can see. Is it good for you? I'm using, Pauline, I'm using this tool here, this one, align vertical centers. So let's continue and let's create the shape here. The shape. Let's go into the logo and choose the vector one. So what you can do is double click on the logo and try to select this one, so the vector here, or you can go open new menu, open the logo, and then select this layer. And you can copy and paste. So here I can change the order of the layer by drag and drop them at the place I want. For example, I want it to be on the top, so I drag and drop it on the top. Or I again drag and drop it at the end and the back. But here I want it to be here. And I will do something like that. A big one, a very big logo. And use this tool, the rotation tool. So I can just click here in a corner. You can see that I have my arrow, that is normally this one, change to a double arrow like this. So I can rotate by drag and dropping. Or I can change here with, for example, 45. Here it should be something like that. So around 36 degrees. Okay, maybe 40. Okay, 40 degrees. 40 degrees and 1000. Okay, 1000 and 1000. Okay, so this Ironhack should be 1000, 1145, and 40 degrees rotation. Here I have a problem because my my Ironhack logo is not on my own, is not in my home page frame. It means that this is not in the page. This is my page and the vector is somewhere, but not in the page. So you have to drag and drop it into the frame. And normally disappear like that. So my alert message should be on the top. Right, something like that. And I want it to be, the color should be this one. So this is the color. Normally you should have that. So the alert message is on the top, then the menu, then the vector, and at the end the screen capture if you did one, or nothing if you didn't. Is it good? Okay, use, okay, so maybe you can use the import, normally there is like import somewhere. Oh, here, sorry, I know now. Here, you can use place images. So normally you can select the logo. And it works. Does it work? Okay, Virginia, if you double click, okay. So here, sorry, I have in my red, in my yellow bar, I have several elements. So this is a group with several elements. So here it's the group that is selected. If I want to select only the arrow, I can double click. Oh, okay. I want to show it just after. Can you please go away? Okay. So I can click and double click again until I find the arrow. But if I have this, it means that this is the end. I can't go more deeper into a group or into an element. This is like basically the element. Like what is exactly the element. For example, here I can change the form of the element. I can do something like that. I can edit the element itself. So when I see this kind of blue line, it means I'm too deeper. So what I can do is click escape. And here, I have selected the element, but not like I'm not editing the element. And I can go escape again, escape and escape and escape. For example, if I'm here, no, not here. Okay. If I'm here, is my, yeah. If I'm here, and I want to go back to the group, I can do escape. Here I'm selecting all the text, escape again, and I'm in the group now. I have the group. Was it clear? I'm not sure. Okay, perfect. So let's go back to our design. Let's do this text here. So let's do this text. So to do this text, I want you to drag and drop, not just, so you select T, but I don't want you to just click and type. I want you to T and drag and drop to do rectangles. And normally, after, you can write your text. Préparer la prochaine génération de créateurs numériques. I want you to center it. It's in bold in 100. Oh, it's a bit too much. 80. Too much. 60. Okay, 60. Roboto ball 60 white. And I want you to keep it centered. So I'm using the red line to find the center of my pages. Here, this is the center of my pages. Or I can click here to center it. And I want you to choose 3 lines, like it is here. So créateur, numérique, next line. I don't want it to be like that. I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be like that. And select créateur numérique, this part of the text, to put it in blue. So I can, so this is the blue. So you can select one. So select and type 2DC5F. Hey, looks good. And again, exact the same one. I want you to drag and drop a text area and type cours intensif, like under the subtitle, et bootcamp en développement. And here it's gonna be white. So FFFFFFF and 25. Okay, too much. 20. 80. Okay, 80. And normally you have something like that. Same, I want it to be center here. Here. It's centered when I have the line, the arrow line, all over my pages. So 18 is a bit too much. Does it look like that on your screen? No, Arena, the bold is one option and the font size is another. So the font size here, so I can change it to something like that. And here I can change the bold to thin, for example. It will be the same size, but not the same weight. Kinda, Pauline? Close enough? Okay. Close enough is good. And let's do another button. So to do another button, you will have to select this one, copy and paste it, copy, paste, and drag and drop it on the top of the pages. So this one is not in the menu anymore. And I want you to drag it into the center of the page. Here. And delete the stroke to put fill on the rectangles to the blue. And select the text and choose 50. So copy paste this button and change the parameter to delete the stroke and choose a fill, like a fill button. I want it to be blue here and not empty. And this one will be main button. Yeah, pencil tool is great too. When if you are using Illustrator, it could be like very useful to use the pencil tool. To add the text, which one, Henrietta? The main text, or the subtitle, or the button? Henrietta? The title, okay. So the title, you select T, the T letter, yeah, T, and you T, and you drag an area, a text area, up to type your text. And change the text parameter to bold 60. After, you can change the color of only one part of the text. And you select this part and center it. And yeah, this is it. You have the text. Next part. Are you ready for the next part? How can you get to know the font weight of the text for CSS? Okay. So just to answer Arena question, if you want to know this, if you are a developer and you want to integrate this design, you will have the code. You will have to go to code tab, and here, when you select something, it will give you all the CSS options, ESS, CSS, or iOS and Android parameter. Say the position, the font family, font size, font weight, font size, text align, color, everything will be prepared here. Yes, Albert, it's a bit too early to learn the constraints right now, because we are learning how to create like very basic elements. But if you want, just for you, if you want to know how to center something with the constraint, you select things and you click here, left and right, or center. And when you resize, it will be center. But this is not like, this is like a too advanced feature for now. Okay, let's do these blue things here. So I want you to do a rectangles. To choose like a green, light green, somewhere. Somewhere like this. I will give you the color. This is a green here. And do like a, it's quite the same as this one. You have to do a text, so just click and type a text. Align left, select the text, align left. It will be regular. 13. What's the size of this one again? 12. So it will be 12. So you just have to type text, duplicate it at the end. This step, that align right, and this one should be underline. So underline is here in the option. Underline. And I need to do that. So rectangles again. Rectangles with 4 of radius corner. This is the green. And type a text so you can duplicate this one. Oh, this up should be here. And text. This text should be white and center. Oops. Into what is a? This is like an alert, I suppose. I have a problem. Okay. Don't have a problem. Okay, to Henrietta, to change the length of the canvas, you can click here or here. You have to select all the frame, and you can change the size here or typing here. Does it answer the question? Yes, yes, Yanina. This is like the importance of constraint. Yeah, I know. Because Figma is smart, but not smart enough. What you can do to change that, the best way to do it is do another frame here. So like click F, MacBook Pro, and do it like big one, do a big one. Then put your content into the new one. It's really the better option because to change what you are experiencing right now will be a bit complicated. So just the better way to do it, like do a new one. Okay. Here we have some partners. Normally in the assets, you have the partners here. So you can drag and drop them. And normally they arrive in line. Normally. So please group them. Name them partners. And here, it's the magic option. So you resize them, put them in the frame because they are not in the frame right now for me. And magic option. So here you can select any images and edit the images directly in Figma. So you have to click here in the field where it's written image, click, and here you have several options. You can choose to change some parameter. I want you to change the saturation to 0 and it becomes black. saturation 0. You can double click on the image and this panel will open. And saturation to 0. You can change other parameter if you want. You can change the temperature. You can change the exposure to make more white or more black, the contrast and everything. But here we will just change the saturation to 0 to make it black. Magic option. Very useful when you want to import some files, some images, and they are not very beautiful. You can edit some parameter here to make it more more beautiful to see in your design. Thank you, Elijah. Bye. Henrietta, to import the partners, normally you go to the files, you download, and there is all the partner here. If there is nothing in the partner ends for you, if there is nothing, I don't know how to explain it, but what you can do is just download like some logo, I don't know, Coca-Cola logo. No, I don't like Coca-Cola. I like I'm more into like a brand I like. I like a Figma brand. Figma logo. Just download a logo. Anyone, like this one, for example. What I want you to what I want you to learn is how to change the color of an image. So double click and change the saturation. Okay, so you can use just like one random logo you download and duplicate it several times. Okay, let's continue because it will be a bit faster now because you know how to be pro. So here, we will do two texts. So one text will be the number, so plus 5000, up 5000, and duplicate it to write what is written here? Diplôme. Étudiant. And here it's 220. Okay, and both are this blue. Okay, so one big text with a 60, robotable 60, and one other one is robotable 20. Okay, and both are centered here, aligned horizontally. And here there is like an option that is not here when you select only one element, but appears when you have two elements selected. This is the area between the two elements. For example, if I put it to 0, the text and this text and this text, there is 0 space between, 0 pixel space. If I put it to 300, we will have 300 here. So you can choose like, I don't know, 3 or 4. Using this, selecting the pink button here. Or you can click here and put 3 or 4. And let's go into the most important Figma features, the component. So this kind of text is here and here and here again. What I can do is like copy, paste it 3 times to our 4 blocks. Or what I can do is to do a component. So here I select this text and the number, so the number and the text, and I want you to click here in component. And now what you can see is a group with the 2 texts, but purple and with this sign here, like here. It means it's a component. When it's purple and you have this logo next to the layer, it means it's a component. Here is gonna be number text block. A good practice is okay. Let's see what is a component first. So if I duplicate a component, so the duplication is option, drag and drop with option. So I duplicate it, or I can copy paste it. It will be the same. I can see that my new one, so this is the old one, this is the new one. My new text block is purple, but it's not the same logo here. So this is my first component. This is a copy of the component. If I duplicate it again, and again, and again, and again, this 5 text block will have the same symbol, but the first one will stay with this symbol, this icon here. So let's see what is a component. A component is an atom of the design. Okay, it's a part of the design that you can reuse many times. For example, a button is a component. It means that you can use the same button on several pages. And if I do some modification of the settings of the main component, so this one, the number text block 1, for example, to blue, it will change to all the components. But if I change the color of a child, so this is the parent, this is a child. If I change the color of a child, it doesn't affect the parent. Okay? So this one, the main component, I will keep it somewhere, and I will change it to the good blue. So this one, the blue, this blue, yeah, not this one, this blue. And all the children will have the same blue. And for example, if I change the size of this one, 40, it will change the size of all the text size of all the children. So for example, if I decided to put like a fill, a pick one, red one, then to do some stroke, yellow one, it's gonna be very beautiful. And hop, all the children will have the same modification. But if I do modification on one children, it doesn't affect all the other children, or it doesn't affect the parents. It's magic. So what I will do, just keep the parent here, because I don't want to modify this one without notifying, without some warnings, and I will use 4 children here, and I will change the text, for example, to 9 campus international, and 600 partners, enterprise, or 70 nationality. And it doesn't affect my parents. But for example, if my colleague doesn't like the blue, I will not have to change each one by one. I will just have to change the blue here to this blue, for example, and it will change. Oh yes, this one has a special color. It's the one I use to do some examples. Did you understand what component is and how this is like a very awesome feature? Tolga, this is a very good question. Actually, you are in the free version of Figma, the component is only for one project. In the premium Figma, yeah, exactly the same as a symbol RD. But if you have the premium version of Figma, you can share components with several projects. So this is very good. And yeah. So let's do this part here, because this is a component again. This is a component that I will use 3 times. So what I do is, we won't do this design exactly. We just do like a round, like a cycle, or 50. Just a circle. So to draw a circle, you click here on ellipse, or you can click O on your keyboard, and it's some ellipse. Here you tap text to do like a title. Title would be 20. Title. I will align this here, and then paragraph. Oh no, it doesn't go like this. It will be 18, a line left, and gray. Okay, 18 is a bit too much. 16. 16, 22, 22 will be blue, like the dark blue of Ironhack. This will be the blue, and then a button. So rectangles, radius corner, 8. Stroke, blue stroke, no fill, and text again. And blue text. I select this, I group, I call it button. I select all this one, and I create a component. This will be like a cross. So I can reuse this one 3 times. And for example, here, it's a bit too big. My text is a bit too big. So I will change to the parent component to 15 or 14 and change, for example, the size of everything. Not everything, just this. And the button. And all my children will change. So this is like magic. This is a very powerful feature. So if you know Sketch, this is like exactly like symbols. If you are using Adobe XD, I think the word is component, but I'm not sure about Adobe XD. Yes, you can nest component inside component inside component and everything. Sure. But the difference between Sketch and Figma is Figma doesn't do doesn't do like a symbol page. So if you want to have your symbol page, it could be like a very good practice. Just create a page, call it symbol or component, and copy paste, cut and paste your parent component into a symbol page. So could be like a good practice. Do you have more questions about components or not? Okay, so let's finish with this one. Here, you will have to import 2 things. The first one is the images. So just drag the core images back to like in the Figma file. Resize it, make it almost 3, like, yeah, like the size of these 2 blocks here. I don't know if there is, yeah, a bit radius corner, but what I want, okay, so radius corner, you know now because we did several, but I want to teach you a new things that is shadows, because you see that behind these images there is some shadows here. So to create a shadow, you select the images and you click to here on the plus near to the effect part, effects. And you will have a drop shadow here. You can click here to edit the drop shadow settings. For example, to make it more transparent, 10%. I like very, very light. When I design shadow, I want them to be almost transparent, because I don't want them to be very aggressive. I want them to be like almost not here and very long. So most of the time, but this is my way to design drop shadow, I do drop shadow with 0, 20, 4, and 10%. And black. I do black because for me, shadow is black. I know shadow is not black, but for me, it's better to do it like that. So yeah. So I will do it again. I select my images. I click to select effect plus. There is a drop shadow. I click here to edit the settings to 0, 4, 20, 10%. And here I have a shadow. And let's do this final element here, the citation, the quote, sorry, quote. So I have to design a rectangle that is white, but to be like to reveal where is this rectangle, I have to add a shadow again. I want it to be the same shadow as this one. So what I can do is like click here and edit the settings. Or what I can do is select this one, so the one on the images, and click here on style. And click on plus, give him a name, like drop shadow, 10%. And here, I can click here. I can click here to affect, to give him the same settings. This is like a register, like a not a register, like yeah, like a special local style. This is my way of styling shadow. So I will select here. Actually, I want you to do that for everything, like every color. For example, in this design, there is like 3 main color. The first main color is the Ironhack blue. So what you can do is click here and type the name of the blue, so 2DC5FA, or you can click here and create a style called Ironhack main blue, or whatever you name you want. And now, for example, on this button, you can change to put the right blue. It's a way to, for example, if after I want to change the blue, so here, I will edit the blue, for example, to 999999, and it will change everywhere this blue is. So this is style. So you can do it for color, you can do it for text, you can do it for effects as shadow, you can do it for mostly text, effect, and color. Yeah, you can do it on these 3 elements. So if you want to do like a great Figma file, the better way to do it is to change every color, every blue to the Ironhack blue, and every black, like dark blue to Ironhack dark blue. And here, for example, this one could be Ironhack like blue. And we almost finish. We have to add the quote mark, quotation mark, and to type some text. And yeah. I forgot one text here. And we finish. You know everything that is important to have the basic of Figma. How to create text, how to create form, like shapes, sorry, how to create a component, how to import image, how to create drop shadow, how to use a component, how to style some color, and yeah, how to change image settings. Yeah, this is the basics. Craig, yes, you can do that. You can select multiple components and easily change text like in Sketch. But the best way to do it is to use a plugin. So yeah, but you can do it. It's not exactly the same way to do it, but you can do it. Romain, why some designer add multiple shadow one on top of the other? I don't know. People are crazy. Just one shadow is enough. Yeah, one shadow, very light, like 10% is enough. Virginia, from where do you change it to change all the color? When did I do that? You can select everything on your pages, for example, like that, a very big selection. And here you will have all the color that is used in your design. And you can select this one and change it to this color. So to create a style, you click here on plus to create a style, and you name the color. You give it a name. Does it answer your question? Many questions at the same time. When you create like blue and then you change it somewhere. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you mean. So here in my local style, so this one is Ironhack main blue. This one is Ironhack main blue. So if I click here, so I have nothing selected. I click here in the middle of nowhere. Here I can edit the Ironhack main blue to pink. Cool. And it changed everywhere on the design where the Ironhack main blue is. But for example, if this one is color, it's the blue, but without the style. For example, this one here, it's a normal blue, so it's a normal blue. I don't know. I don't remember the blue bits. The blue. And I change here. It will not change this one because this one doesn't have the Ironhack main blue option. But I can click here to put the main blue. So I click in the middle of nowhere. I have the settings here. I can edit the style to the Ironhack blue. Okay. Can we have more session later for wireframe in Figma? You can ask Pooja. You can ask the Ironhack event team. It could be like a good workshop to organize wireframe in Figma. You can just send them a message. Can you show your install plugin? Hola, Tolga, you want to know all my life? Okay, this is a very private question. No, this is a joke. I have in my plugin installed. I have installed. I have feather icon. It's a icon library. Content wheel to write some content. For example, a paragraph, text paragraph, or images. UI gradient. I didn't use it yet. Figmotion. It's to animate. And Splash is free image library. Autoflow is to design arrow very quickly. Lorem ipsum to put some lorem ipsum in my design. Map maker to make map. Color search, I didn't use it yet. Lottie file is very useful. Lottie is to import After Effects element into Figma. Very, very nice to put some animation. Arrow Auto to do arrow automatically. Material design icon, it's an icon library, and icon 8 is another icon library. But there is like a lot of plugin you can add. For example, I want to use this one. I will try it, I think, to create chats. Or this one to create charts, but I didn't need it like in my project for now, so I didn't install them. Okay. How can I new fonts in my Figma? If you have the desktop version of Figma, Figma will browse every font you have installed in your MacBook. So just install a new font from internet, and it will Figma will find it. The ask question area. A lot of questions. So many questions. Okay, a lot of questions. The grids that you have, did you have to make those manually with shapes? I did it manually, Michelle, because I didn't design the Ironhack homepage myself. So it was more to analyze. There is like here, in Figma, you can create grids directly. It's an advanced feature actually, but not here, sorry, frame. You can add a grid. So for example, I don't know, 100 grid. And you can, this is like column of 100. So there is grid here. But yeah, or you can add column, for example, 10 column. With some gutter of 40. But for this exercise, I did it myself. Obviously, it depends on the... So this one we already answered. Yeah, this one I did. This one I will answer at the end, Kurag. I didn't forget about you. Nancy, it was here. You can go back to the link and find this this course again here. The recorded version. Do you use Zeppelin? No, I don't use Zeppelin because Zeppelin is I use here in the code tab. This is Zeppelin. Zeppelin is integrated into Figma, so I use Figma and it gives me all the Zeppelin information. Do you recommend use only Figma to deliver to developers? Yes, I use Figma. Actually, Zeppelin and Figma are in the same tool. I think if you go to Figma pages, they say somewhere that Zeppelin is integrated. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Where are we browsing the plugin? Here. Plugins. Manage plugins. So here, plugins. Manage plugins. And here you have all the plugins. You can browse all plugins. I don't know what it doesn't load. Yes. I hope I answer all the questions. Okay, I'm very tired. What do you? It was a very hard exercise for me. How do you control the latest version? Oh, yes. Okay, this is a good question actually, Juan. Do you control the latest version? There is no versioning in Figma, so you can use like versioning tools or GitLab or you can just actually I actually each time I change something, I just update my developers by sending them a Slack message. But I think it's there is no versioning in Figma, so you have to find a way. Thank you, everyone. So yeah. Other question? Just the one, the UI question, Kurag. So to train your design eye, I think a good way to do it and a very fun way to do it is just to play some app. For example, I love you. No, love you. I love you. Like that. Would be like a very good way to learn gradient. Or you can play, there is another one, it's a kerning tool. Kern type. You have to learn how to kern typography. Yeah. So yeah, you can just play some app to train your design app. So yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. I will see what is okay. I didn't know. I will see that. Thank you, Greg, for the link. And bye bye, everyone. Thank you very much. See you soon. Thank you very much. Cheers.